Hey guys, welcome to Raised on a Whim. This is our weekly update, and I just wanted to come on here and share and show you guys what all we've done this week in our garden. Earlier this week I showed you guys how I cleaned up some of the debris. I cleaned up the dead things, harvested what needed to be harvested, and then I tried to stake up my squash. So today we're just going to go through, check out what's going on, what everything looks like, and look into next week and what we need to be doing. So we're going to check out our cucumbers first. That looks like it has something on it. Man, that's the first pickle worm hole I've seen in a while. If you look up under these leaves right here, you see where all these ants are. So anytime I see this, I just go ahead and spray, and that's what I've been treating. I just treat as it goes. And here's another one right up under there. So I'll have to treat that too. But other than that, our cucumbers have been doing pretty well. Maybe I jinxed myself because I thought that we haven't had any pickle worms really, but we just saw 2 of them. So we're gonna go ahead and get these off the vine as soon as we can. That way we can save them and be able to eat them. But overall, I have definitely still loved the trellis for the cucumbers, and it is still producing really well. Now, as for our yard long beans, as you can see, it is really doing its thing. I've already harvested once this week. What I definitely will do next year is to set up a step stool out here for me and my husband both. They also like to grow on the very top. So when you're at the bottom, you can't see them. So we're gonna need to have a step stool, even for my husband, to be able to get to the top and pull them down, or to harvest from the top up there. Because there's a whole lot up there that we don't get to, and sometimes I don't see. And so when they stay, if you'll come closer and look, this is like one of them that we didn't realize was up there. And so when my husband pulled it down, it was already this big, which this is gonna be now for seed, because this is way too big to eat. You need them to be like this or a little bit smaller, probably like this, but they grow so fast overnight. This was the tomato plant that I pruned, did that big heavy prune, and it did really good for about a week. And then things started eating it. So if you'll look right here, you'll see all of the little holes. The other day I was we were pulling off worms, and I think that we still have some right there. We're just gonna have to go back and do the best that we can and try to prevent that, but it's getting there. This one's doing pretty well, the beefsteak ones. Remember, we pruned that heavily. Also, the other day I pruned these. I really cleaned them out and gave it airflow, and they're looking really good. Again, I said that next year we probably won't do tomato plants right here in the front because it takes up so much room, and it keeps us from being able to access anything in the middle. So I think that the green beans are still good back there. Oh, not the green beans, the green peppers. But as for planting the tomato plants in the front, that's not something that we probably will do again. We might do a whole other bed with just tomato plants and a separate trellis on the other side of the yard, but not right here for next year. Okay, so if we can move on to the squash. Squash is looking really good. There's 3 of them right here. I've staked them up. I've put the Velcro. We've had 1 really good rain and maybe 1 thunderstorm since I did that the other day, and they've held up really well. So I am excited about this process and seeing how that's gonna grow. Now, I did pull up like 5. I had to throw like 2 of them away because I think they were getting what they call the vine borers or whatever. Like the stems were already splitting, so I went ahead and threw those away. And then the other 3 I transplanted over there and staked it up with the Velcro. So I'll show you that. But we had a little bit of a miscommunication between my husband and I, because I thought he watered that morning and he didn't, and come the heat of the day they started wilting and they haven't really come back. So okay, well, thanks for hanging out with us, and look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.